Action Against Hunger International, in collaboration with federal and state ministry agencies, celebrates the World Food Day. The Deputy Country Director of Action Against Hunger in Nigeria says the program and its activities is aimed at fighting hunger through the improvement of food security, especially among children, pregnant and lactating women.
Action Against Hunger in Nigeria has been developing activities and programs aimed at fighting hunger through the improvement of food security, children and pregnant women, nutritional status, and access to water in Borno, Jigawa, Kano, and Yobe states. According to the United Nations Global State of Food Security and Nutrition report, almost 690 million people around the world have suffered of hunger. And this is 10 million plus compared to 2018. And yet, the situation is expected to be worse in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Unfortunately, majority of those victims are women and children, the most vulnerable part of the population.
Beatrice Eleuka says government should prioritize Nigeria's food system, and she also employed the government to increase the 4-month maternity leave given to lactating mothers to 6 months in order to undergo the exclusive breastfeeding among infants.
I also want to let us know that achieving food security does not necessarily translate to nutrition security. And therefore, we have to also talk nutrition, because we have food all over the place sometimes, and access by the people is low. They don't have access to the food. Sometimes when there is access to the food, they don't know how to combine the food to get an adequate diet that will nourish their body. More so as we are talking COVID-19 now. Every Nigerian, every citizen needs to build up their immunity. The body's immunity is built up through adequate nutrition. When we do not have adequate nutrition, we are easily exposed to infections. And when we are already undernourished and we are infected, healing becomes a bit difficult and takes longer because our immunity has been compromised. We are also imploring government to extend the 4 months maternity leave to 6 months to enable working mothers to breastfeed their babies exclusively. This is giving them the best start in life while we are talking about food after 6 months.
Jummai Muhammad, the representative of the Minister of Women Affairs, says the 2020 World Food Day highlights how food and agriculture are an essential part of the COVID-19 response.
The 2020 World Food Day also highlights on how food and agriculture are an essential part of COVID-19 response. Specifically, the day focuses on tackling global hunger and the need to eradicate hunger across the world, with the goal to achieve healthy, affordable, and available diets for all. The event is significant to the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs as Nigerian women and girls grapple with the effects of COVID-19 pandemic, which has crippled livelihoods and resulted in the increase in all forms of violence against women and children, as well as gender-based violence in the country. Available reports reveal that Nigeria has the second highest number of children affected by malnutrition globally, with more than 2.5 million of them suffering from acute malnutrition. Of the national prevalence, rate of 32% of children under 5, only 2 out of every 10 children affected is currently reached with treatment. Reports also point to the fact that Nigeria has the second highest burden of stunted children in the world. Records also show that 7% of women of childbearing age also suffer from acute malnutrition.
Food is being even prepared, especially prepared food. For quite some time, government has been making a lot of efforts to fortify our nutrition with things like vitamin A, which is good for eyesight. Even if you look at some of NAFDAC's provision, is that you must have certain vitamins in prepared foods. And I think the step up now is to make sure that even foods that are not prepared in an organized manner, like the ones straight from the farm, the organic foods, must have some kind of level of nutrition.
Research has shown that over 60% of hungry people are women, and 50% of all deaths in children under the age of 5 are due to undernutrition. Dorcas Olariwaju, Voice TV, Nigeria.